am the host of Elevate.
And I'm Adriana Coffin, your co-host. Today, we're going to be talking about ways you can elevate your cooking and spice up your meals.
But before we get into that, we're going to start off everything with a little bit of juicy gossip. Now, by now, most of y'all who probably have already watched the Oprah interview with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, otherwise known as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And after the interview aired, Harry's brother, Prince William, addressed the media and the allegations that his brother and sister-in-law made about racism by saying that they are very much not a racist family. What do you say to that?
Well, one of the things that Harry and Meghan revealed over the course of the interview is that an unnamed member of the royal family expressed concerns about their son Archie's skin tone while Meghan was pregnant.
Okay. Let's just stop there. I just want everybody to know that during the interview, Meghan and Harry made it very plain that it was not the Queen who said anything about skin tone. So I just want everybody to take her name out your mouth, okay? The Queen loves color. Have you not seen her wearing big old church lady hats with the blues and the pinks and the yellows and the and the greens? So she not the girl. I just want you to know, Your Majesty, I am your non-royal subject and I have your back. So there. What do you say to that?
Well, if they are, as Prince William says, very much not a racist family, then why are they doing diversity training?
Okay.
That's where all the racists go when they've been found out.
Okay.
They know they have a racism problem, and they're just doing some damage control to protect their image.
You know what? We need to give some grace. Every family has their problems, right? Yeah, right. Every family has their... Theirs is just playing out on the world stage. I got one thing to say to that. God save the Queen. Now that we've given you an update on the royal family, let's switch to some other news. Let's talk a little bit about a hot topic, voting reform, otherwise known as voter suppression. That's been big in the news lately. 25 states around the U.S. have passed laws making it harder for people to vote, including decreasing the number of voting days. That means taking out Sunday voting, and eliminating, well, I said Sunday voting, but also outlawing the practice of giving food and water to people standing in long lines at the polls. What do you think?
Well, I mean, this is really terrible. These laws have the potential to make voting harder for many Americans. Not only will they affect voters of color, but they'll also affect the elderly and low-income voters. Although the people who support these laws say that they're enacting them to protect the elections, it's very obvious that the Republican leaders are trying to marginalize votes who tend to vote for their opponents, and that's not fair. What's going on is a complete and total reversal of how democracy is supposed to work. Instead of the voters choosing who's going to lead them, the people in power are just trying to decide who their voters are supposed to be.
Yeah, and I think you're right about that. And what we, the people, need to make sure we're doing is that we continue to press in and stand for what's right and what's equitable. And that means getting out there and talking to our leaders, voting, and doing whatever we need to do to make sure that our rights are not revoked. And so before we move on from this segment, I just wanted to give a little bit of an update on the stimulus checks, otherwise known as STIMI. Okay? We received our email from the feds saying that our check was going to be mailed out on April 2nd.
All I can say is thank God.
Okay.
My parents have been running out to the mailbox every day, camped out there with their lawn chairs, waiting for the mailbox.
I'm feeling
and
shame.
it's driving me crazy.
Shame.
I mean, you would think that we're poor and starving to death the way they're acting.
Shame on you. I mean, you just threw me and your daddy under the bus. Everything you said was true, But where's the love? Where is the loyalty?
I can't be loyal. I've got to speak my truth. I mean, the
Okay.
truth is important.
Okay, that's it. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. We're back, and this segment of Elevate is called Around the Town, and we feature pictures of places that we've been to around Metro Atlanta and sometimes in other states and in other cities. We just thought it would be a fun little segment to share with you our experiences as we explore various different spaces and places. In today's Around the Town segment, is going to take us to the Blue Willow Inn, which happens to be up 20 East in a little town called Social Circle. So take a look. Several weeks ago, we took a drive out to Social Circle, Georgia, a city about 45 miles east of Atlanta. As we drove through the downtown area, we came to the Blue Willow Inn, a Greek revival mansion with antebellum decor. The Blue Willow Inn is listed on the National Registry of Historic Places. In its heyday, it was the place to go for dining and socializing. It was famous for classic Southern meals served buffet style. As a matter of fact, I have a fond memory of eating lunch there with several ladies from my former church. The inn has since fallen on hard times and was forced to close its doors in March of 2020 at the beginning of the pandemic. It originally planned to reopen, but as of yet has not done so. With its dining rooms empty, the outdoor furniture faded, and the fountains dry, all that remains are the memories of a time gone by, and only time will tell about its future. We enjoyed our drive to the little city of Social Circle, and we hope the Blue Willow Inn will reopen soon. We're going to take another little break, but we will be right back. Well, we're back, and now we're going to kick off this segment about cooking with some obscure food facts by Adriana. We call this section, I like to call it, Did You Know? So Adriana, hit us with some Did You Know facts.
Okay, so here's our first fact of the day.
Yes.
Did you know that it's impossible to overcook mushrooms? Unlike meat or other types of vegetables, mushrooms have a cell wall that's made from a heat-stable polymer called chitin, which makes them difficult to burn.
Okay.
So if you want to make some indestructible food, just cook up some mushrooms.
Oh, wow. So give me another Did You Know?
So here's a second mushroom fact for today.
Yeah.
So did you know that there's a species of mushrooms that is said to taste nearly identical to fried chicken?
Oh, Lord.
This mushroom is called Lilophyllum decastes, otherwise known as the fried chicken mushroom. So I know you guys are all excited about finding out about this new low-carb, low-fat substitute for fried chicken, but don't go out into your backyard running around tasting all the mushrooms to see if they taste like chicken.
No.
Most mushrooms in North America are poisonous, so if you try that, you'll probably die, and we don't have liability insurance to pay for that.
We're not responsible for that. Hit us with one more Did You Know fact.
So here's our last fact of the day. Did you know that cheese is the most commonly stolen food? About 4% of cheese in stores ends up getting stolen because it's relatively small and expensive, which makes stealing it very tempting. Another thing that happens is that some thieves actually steal cheese and sell it to people at a lower price than the stores are selling it.
It's a side gig?
Yeah, it's a side gig. So if you're looking to get into a new career, consider becoming a cheese dealer.
Cheese, everybody. Who knew? This is...
Not the cheap stuff.
Okay.
Not the cheap
Not
stuff
the
from
cheap
Kroger. You gotta
stuff.
get the good bread.
Okay.
Like the Baby Bell.
Oh, wow. Now, Adriana, you've given us some very fun, obscure facts about food, but let's Let's talk about food on the serious side. Can you give us some suggestions on how we can incorporate, make our food fuller, richer, tastier? Tell us more.
So one thing that's really important to do is to use a wide variety of spices and seasonings.
And that's what?
This is powdered ginger, and we've got cayenne pepper right here. This is garlic powder. We love using garlic powder in our house, and I also really love oregano. So using a wide variety of seasonings helps create a complex flavor that really brings your food to the next level. So we've got these dry seasonings here, but we also have some fresh ginger and some basil and some rosemary.
Fresh stuff. And so you talk about people shying away from spices. Talk a little bit more about that.
A lot of times people are afraid to buy herbs and spices because they're afraid that they're too expensive or that they're going to buy all this stuff and they're not going to use it. But there's really no need to be afraid that you can add flavor to your food without breaking the bank.
Yeah, because we purchase these.
Yes. Well, one thing you can do is to purchase spices in bulk from places like a farmer's market. This is way more than you'd get from a little bottle at the grocery store. And all of these spices are under $2.
Yeah, this is great.
Another thing you can do is if you're at the grocery store, just get the generic spices instead of the name brands like McCormick because the generics are cheaper, but they taste exactly the same.
Wow. And seasoning your food, you talk about seasoning it at every level. Is that what you talk about?
Yeah, it's really important to season at every step of the cooking process. For example, if you're making a dish like chicken quesadillas that has both meat and sauteed vegetables, it's really important to season both the meat and your vegetables so that each bite of the food is packed with flavor.
Yeah, I love that. Now, can we talk a little bit about ways to improve the nutritional content of our meals?
Yeah, so one thing that you can do to get more vitamins and minerals from your meals is to choose fresh vegetables like celery, carrots, and broccoli over canned vegetables. That although vegetables from the can are convenient and cheaper, the fresh fruits and vegetables have a lot more vitamins and minerals because they're not sitting around in cans for months and months losing their nutritional content.
Sure. What about if you don't want to necessarily, or you feel like you can't afford to buy fresh vegetables, what about the frozen option?
Yeah, if you can't buy fresh vegetables because it's too expensive, or if the item you want is out of season, frozen vegetables like these peas and spinach that we have here are also a great alternative because they have almost the same nutritional value as the fresh stuff.
Wow. So now we've talked about how to choose high quality fruits and vegetables, mostly vegetables. Let's talk about how to actually incorporate those in our diets because for me, I love meat and potatoes. I'm a meat and potatoes kind of girl, literally. And so I don't necessarily eat as much vegetables as I should. And that's a bit of a challenge for me. You have any suggestions?
So one creative way that you can add vegetables into your meals is to add finely grated squash or zucchini into your favorite casseroles. This allows you to add the vegetables in and get them into you without affecting the flavor of the dish.
Yeah, I know we do some of that, and that's been really working well for us. One meal that I absolutely love that you make is the chicken Alfredo, and you substitute zucchini for pasta. And really, it's a great substitute because the zucchini is a neutral, and it doesn't take away from the flavor, and really don't even miss the pasta. It's a great substitute for pasta, don't you think?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and what else?
So I saw another really great tip online
Mm-hmm.
for adding vegetables to your breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that some people have been doing is grating or finely mincing broccoli or cauliflower and adding it to their scrambled eggs.
Nice.
It doesn't really affect the texture of the eggs,
Mm-hmm.
and the vegetables add a nice flavor as well as some nutritional value.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a break, but we're going to come back and we're actually going to talk a little bit more about food with our special guest, Mr. Ray Pass. He is the owner and operator of DiaSpora Kitchen, which is a Creole soul food restaurant. So join us when we come back. We'll be right back.
My name is Ray Pass.
Okay, nice to meet you.
My name is Pass-Dudley.
We started off as a catering company, and we would do any type of event. We would do weddings, birthday parties, and things of that nature. And a few years ago, well, several years ago, we obtained a contract with the VA where we would provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 50, 60 people on a 7-day a week, 365 days a year basis. And that's kind of sort of how we got started into this.
Okay, that's really great. So, what inspired you to open up this particular restaurant?
During those times when we were doing the end, and especially during those times when we were providing food for the VA, we were always told, "Hey, you should open a restaurant. You should open a restaurant. You should open a restaurant." So eventually, we went ahead and in 2019 we opened up DiaSpora Kitchen.
Oh wow, that's really great that you were able to do that. So, is there any special significance behind the particular name that you chose, DiaSpora?
Well, diaspora means the disbursement of people from their originally homeland. So we decided, well, actually, Dallas to come up with the name of diaspora because even though we were as Africans, we were taken away from our homeland to come to America as slaves, we brought our culture, which is our food.
Wow, I love that. I love the rich cultural significance. So, our fourth question is what makes Creole food unique? What distinguishes it from other types of cuisines?
Well, we don't only do Creole food, but Creole food, it's just the flavor. You know, basically from the different spices that it's Creole food. And a lot of people think Creole food originated from Louisiana, but actually it's like, there again, a diaspora of different cultures. It Spanish and French and Asian, Caribbean, Haitian. You could get Creole food a lot of different places, but it originally originated from West Africa. There again, from Africa, and basically Creole people were created from Europeans and West Africans, and that's how they got their food culture from. So, but we also do soul food, so it's Creole soul food. That's our motto for our restaurant, and of course, soul food comes from southern states, and that's basically our background.
Wow, that's really great. It's always great to learn something new. I had no idea that Creole food actually originated from West Africa. So, why did you guys decide to open up a Creole restaurant as opposed to just another type of cuisine like soul food?
It's just food that we love. And like my sister was saying, it's Creole soul. So we got the Creole part from the Louisiana Creole style of cuisine, and the soul is really what our background is, Southern. So we kind of mishmash that together, and it's I don't know, it's real good food. It's a taste of you really have to taste it And I invite everybody to come out and just try our food. You'll love it.
Also, our food it's healthy, it's cooked to order, it's fresh, and it gives you a sense of something that maybe your grandmother or your, your mother would cook, kind of Sunday dinner. So that's kind of the reason why we wanted to open a restaurant with Creole soul food as well.
Okay,
And along with that, we also have some vegan dishes if you are vegan. So and they're really good.
wow. So, just our final question to wrap up. So, where are you guys located? What are your hours of operation, and what's the best way for customers to purchase your food?
Okay, we're located at 3523 Memorial Drive. We're in the Belvedere Plaza in the Kroger Shopping Center. We're at the corner of Memorial Drive and Columbia. The best way, or at least, the best way would be to give us a call. You can call in and you can place your order and you can come by and pick it up. We are a takeout only restaurant. So you just simply call, place your order, we take it, have it ready for you, you come and pick it up. You can also use any of the delivery services like Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub. We also have a website, and there is an option to place an online order. So anyway, or you can just simply come to the restaurant, and we don't take your order there, and we'll get you set up and take care of it.
Okay, that is so great. So thank you, Mr. Pass, and thank you, Ms. Dudley, for taking time out of your busy schedules to do this interview. It was really great talking to you guys.
Oh, thank you for thinking about us, and
Thank you. Well.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Well, we're back. And before we go, I want to leave you with a postscript. In case you don't know what postscripts are, postscript is my little word to you from my favorite etiquette guru, Miss Emily Post. I love Emily Post. She tells it like it is. It helps us to be better people, have better manners, and just be more considerate of each other. So today's postscript is called Stop, Look, and Listen. And here's what she says. She says, the practical rule for good conversation is similar to the old sign at the railroad crossing, which says, stop, look, and listen. In our conversation with people, stop means to not rush recklessly forward. Look means to pay attention to the expression on the person's face that you're talking to. And listen means exactly that, listen. The person everybody likes to sit next to is a sympathetic listener who makes others want to talk. Be that person. Stop, look, and listen.
Thank you for spending time with us, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.